प्रणाम। स्टूडियो न्यूज 28 जिंदादिल के इस प्रोग्राम में हम आप सभी दर्शकों का हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं। हर एक कड़ी में हमारी यह कोशिश रहती है कि किसी एक ऐसे भारतीय शास्त्रीय संगीत के कलाकार को हम आपसे इंट्रोड्यूस कराएं जिन्होंने अपनी फील्ड में एक्सीलेंट वर्क किया है। इसी कड़ी में आज हमारे बीच तशरीफ लाई हैं डॉक्टर एस नित्याश्री मैम। आपने मद्रास यूनिवर्सिटी से पीएचडी किया है और आप वीणा वादक हैं। डॉक्टर एस नित्याश्री।
Namaste.
नमस्कार मैम।
Namaste, sir.
Yes, ma'am. We heartily welcome to you, ma'am, in our show, Zindadil.
Thank you.
Ma'am, before proceeding, ma'am, we would like to know about yourself, ma'am. Kindly tell us about yourself, ma'am.
Okay. I am Nityashri, a musician based in Chennai in Tamil Nadu. I practice classical Carnatic music and I am a performer of the instrument South Indian Veena. It is generally called the Tanjore Veena or the Saraswati Veena. I perform on that instrument. It's a stringed lute instrument and I play Carnatic classical music on that instrument. The veena is actually a huge instrument. It's almost the size of a human being, and the size of the instrument actually inspired me to. It fascinated me and attracted me, and I wanted to learn it for a long time. And I have been practicing it for almost 20 years by now. And I have my. I did my undergraduation in commerce, and after that, I took to music studies seriously, and I did my MA, MPhil, and PhD from the Madras University, where I learned a lot about musicology and also the art of performing. And I still continue to learn, and I'm also a performer presently. So that is about myself.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Ma'am, we would like to ask you that from where did you learn Veena? Is it from Guru Shishya Parampara or from normal study process? From where did you learn Veena?
It is a combination of both. I started off under the Guru Sishya Parampara tradition. As a when I was doing my schooling, I started learning the Veena. I learned initially from Srimati Kalyani Ganeshan, who is an acclaimed artist, who is a top grade artist of All India Radio and Doordarshan. She was also a faculty at the Tamil Nadu Music College. She was working there. So I started learning my initial lessons in Veena from her. And I also learned from Sri Chitraveena Ganesh, one of acclaimed performer. And I continue to learn the instrument from Sri S.D. Sridharan, who is also an acclaimed musician who has toured all over the world and had given many performances. So, and after a few years of training, I continue to learn under the Gurukula system even now, directly from a guru. But my graduation was in music. I did my master's in music under the institutional education system also. So I took up to musicology. I did research, and I got a PhD in music from Madras University in Chennai.
Okay. Oh, Abhiksha, ma'am, नहीं बोल पा रही हूँ. आप you right now told that you learned Chitra Veena and you are playing right now Saraswati Veena. Ma'am, likewise in Sarangi there are different type of Sarangi. Nepali Sarangi, Sindhi Sarangi, Delhi one Sarangi, other body. How many types of Veena are available, ma'am?
Chitra Veena is actually not a type of, it's kind of a Veena, but the playing style is different. The instrument also looks different. It does not have the frets as we have in the Veena. It is a plain fingerboard instrument, and it is played with a small wooden stick, sort of glided over the instrument and played. And there is one Vichitra Veena, which is similar to the Chitra Veena, again a glided lute instrument. In South India, of course, the Veena refers to the present day Veena which we play. So we have the Mysore Veena, which is slightly different in structure, but the playing style and the frets are all the same. So, and in ancient times, this Veena is almost only from the 17th century. We have this particular style of Veena. Before that, any stringed instrument which was played like a lute that was called as a veena. Okay, so any glided string instrument was called as a veena, and this instrument evolved only during the 17th century during the Tanjore Nayak's rule. There was one gentleman called Raghunath Nayaka who is said to have designed this particular veena, and from his time period we are using this instrument and practicing on it.
Okay, ma'am. Every musical instruments having their merits and some limitations, ma'am. Veena, what are the limitations in Veena, ma'am? Uh, in Sindhi Sarangi, we can play the grama, while in Kamaicha we cannot play the grama.
Okay.
Dilli Van Sarangi, when we play Dilli Van Sarangi, it sounds better in spat, while
Okay.
in case in the Sarangi, it sounds better in happy tunes. It sounds better. What are the
Okay.
limitations, ma'am? Veena, ma'am.
The limitation I would say is the continuity of sound. The continuity of sound is not so much in Veena. The sound is cut short because of the presence of frets. The difference can be felt when we say like an instrument like sarangi, a bird instrument like sarangi, or even the violin has a continuous tone. But in the Veena, because of the presence of frets, when we stop
Yes.
the swaras, tanas, the continuity of sound is lost. But that is the beauty of the instrument. So I wouldn't. That is of course while it is a sort of limitation, but with that also it sounds. That is the
Beauty.
uniqueness of the instrument. Yeah.
जिस उस्ताद विलायत खान जी ने भी यही कहा था कि सितार वो जब बजाते थे तो कुछ समय के बाद में वो सुर आलोप हो जाता था, तो सुर को बनाए रखने के लिए उन्होंने फिर तबली को पतला किया था, तब जाके वो लंबे सुर तक वो भैरवी राग वो बजा पाते थे. Okay, ma'am, we would like to know ningal ke PhD aid topic on that, ma'am. What was your topic in PhD, ma'am?
I I did my PhD on the compositions of a composer called Manambuchadi Venkata Subbaiah. So I took up his composition. He's a rare composer in the sense we didn't get many of his compositions, and he was a direct disciple and also a relative of Saint Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja is considered the
Yes.
one of the prolific composers in Carnatic music, and he is a trinity of Carnatic music, one among the trinity. And this person, Manabuchadu Venkatesubaya, was his relative and was also his direct disciple, and probably his first disciple also because he was a part of the family. And I took up his compositions, and it is a very long lineage of disciples. After Tyagaraja, Manabuchadi Venkatesubaya, we have Patnam Subramaniar, we have Uchi Srinivasa Iyengar, Arya Kudiramana Jayangar, and in that line up to Dr. M. Balamurali Krishna, it is a very long lineage of disciples in Tyagaraja's school. So I was interested in studying about their compositions, the uniqueness and the similarities in between that particular line of composers. How have they handled the music and composing as it is that not that everyone in a Sishya Parampara becomes a composer, they can just be a performer, or but this particular line was very unique. There were so many composers down the line till Balamurali Krishnaji. He was also a very prolific composer, so we had all composers in a single line of Tyagaraja's disciples. So I took interest in that and I studied their composition research.
Ma'am, uh, which is your best raga, ma'am? Which raga you like, ma'am?
Raga I like most is Bhairavi, the Carnatic Bhairavi as such.
Karnataki Bhairavi. Is there any difference between Karnataki Bhairavi and our North Indian Hindustani Shastriya Sangeet Bhairavi? Rega,
But
Dhani, Komal.
um, Bhairavi in Hindustani music is different. I think it is equivalent to Maya Malagode in Carnatic music. The Carnatic Bhairavi is different.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when we started Hindi Sarang, we faced a lot of challenges. Like sometimes bleeding, sometimes so lots of challenges we had faced. Suppose our students learning, what are the major challenges, madam?
In playing the Veena.
Are they? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um, First thing, the size of the instrument is huge. So for the kids to learn, it will be quite difficult because they won't even be able to reach out to the instrument. Full stretch pani playing the instrument will be difficult for the kids. So as a kid, it is difficult to start learning a veena. They need to grow up to some extent before they can, as such, hold the instrument and reach out to the swaras and play it. And of course, veena is also played with the fingers. The left hand fingers are they will get stained, and they in the beginning it will be quite painful. So, but over a period of time they get used to it. And yes, other than that, of course, the fingering in veena, and because of the size of the instrument and also the fingering techniques are quite unique. You don't find such complex fingering techniques in other musical instruments generally, like playing up to four swaras in a single fret and all that is unique to the veena. So pulling the strings and playing is also quite a challenge. So, and uh, veena was used for many experiments in the ancient times, and it is said that with the help of the veena only they came out with the concept of grahabeda, many gamaka patterns, and many minute oscillations to swaras and all. Uh, Many finese in Carnatic music was developed with the help of the veena, demonstrated with the veena, and that is how it evolved. That is what history says. So, playing the instrument is quite a challenge. The size of the instrument and also being a stringing instrument, yeah, it of course impacts the fingers.
Ma'am, suppose a student wants to learn Veena, so can contact you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, sure. I do
Okay.
teach. I do teach online also. And
Okay. Ma'am, we request you to kindly tell announce your mobile number and your address so student can easily contact you regarding learning Veena.
okay. My mobile number is 9940093528. I live in Arepuram, Chennai. You can reach me out in Gmail, nityasrinivas@gmail.com. NITHYASREENIVAS@gmail.com. Yeah.
Mobile number undam kodi padiye para ma'am.
9940093528.
Okay. Ma'am, we got your one video and we would like to play your Veena performing video. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं मैम, आप हमारे इस प्रोग्राम में तशरीफ लाए। आपने वीणा के बारे में बहुत सारी जानकारियों से हमें अवगत कराया। निश्चित रूप से स्टूडेंट्स बहुत लाभान्वित होंगे इस जानकारी से, और हमें पूर्ण विश्वास है कि वीणा वाद्य यंत्र को साउथ इंडियन के साथ साथ नॉर्थ इंडिया में भी इसे बखूबी बजाया जाएगा। मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ चित्रवीणा मुरलीधरन सर जी का, जिन्होंने चेन्नई फाइन आर्ट्स के अंतर्गत आपको इंट्रोड्यूस कराया इस प्रोग्राम में। थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू।
जिंदा दिल की कड़ी में आज इतना ही। हम अगले हफ्ते फिर मिलेंगे एक नए कलाकार के साथ में, एक नए कॉमन मैन की स्टोरी लेके। तब तक के लिए